out what you said it was.
Poison ivy.
Poison ivy. You see how it looks?
Poison ivy.
Okay.
Has 3 leaves.
That's right. She said it has 3 leaves on it, and that's right. Anybody back here not see it yet? You see the picture of it? It has 3 leaves. Here's an easy thing to remember about poison ivy. Who was it that said 3 leaves? Leaves of 3, let it be. Okay? So if you're going out to pick up fairy sticks or pine cones and you see a plant growing on a tree, don't touch it. If it has 3 leaves, that could make you itchy. Itchy. Has anyone ever had poison ivy? Anyone? Almost got it one time. I got it one time and it made me really red where I got it, and it itched. Oh, it was so bad. So we're going to leave poison ivy alone. Okay. Now, other than that, we talked about so far, safety means carry mom or dad with you, right? And don't run into poison ivy. And what was the other thing we're not going to do when we're... Yes?
Don't pull things that are growing on the tree.
That's right. She said don't pull things that are growing actively. We're not going to pull those off. Great. Well, do y'all want to take a walk real slowly along and we could point out some things? We might not collect them now. Are we collecting them?
We're not collecting now.
We're not going to collect them now. We're just going to point them out, okay? So let's walk along. Let's see if we see anything cool. You had a good idea. What's your name? What is it? Chloe? All right. She said sticks is a good idea. Who thinks sticks is a good idea? All right. So maybe in your woods near your house, your mom and dad could walk with you, and you could find a really cool stick. And, you know, another thing I see out here are some leaves that you maybe could pick up. So leaves would be a good idea. Use the leaves as a blanket. I remember you said that before. That's a great idea. Okay. And then another thing I see back in there further, which we're not going to walk back there now, but there's some sticks that are really cool looking. They're kind of curvy. Those are neat. Also, someone mentioned earlier rocks. You think rocks are good? The leaves could be a pillow or bed. The rocks could build like the house out of it and then put the sticks on top. That would be cool. And she said make the stones, you get small ones, you can make those for walking on. Now guys, I don't see any poison ivy here, but I do see another plant that we want to be careful of. I'm going to walk around you girls. Everyone just stay still where you're at. And if we look over here, you see these green things here? If you walked into those with those dresses, it would rip the dress, because you know what they are? They're briars. Can you guys say that? Briars. Yeah, briars are really prickly and they hurt your skin if you get near them. So you see these things? Those are thorns on them, so we want to be careful in the woods for that. So again, poison ivy and briars we got to be careful for. There's also another plant called poison oak, but we really don't have that as much as we do poison ivy. All right, guys, well, let's walk along and guess what? I see something kind of cool. I would use something like that. That looks cool. Does anyone know what kind of tree this comes from? You guys are all right. They said pine tree. That comes from a pine tree. And these are called pine needles. So they're really neat. And once it's on the ground, did you see how I just picked that right off the ground? It was already on the ground. So that's a good example of what you could use. All right, guys. Well, let's walk down here. I think there's a fairy house we can look at. Has anyone ever seen a fairy house?
Yeah, we made some.
You made them?
We built some.
Oh, right. Well, we're all going to see one up here. That's right. Here's some pine cones, guys. Did y'all see the pine cones? You might use those for decorations around the house. Those are a good idea. All right, everyone come down this way. What do you see over here?
A fairy house.
That's a fairy house. Maybe everyone can gather around where they can see it. Somebody really did a good job with that, and I bet they had their mom or dad help pick up that heavy thing and put it there. So you guys could do something like that, or you could get just rocks like that. Someone used pine needles, a stump. That's really a neat fairy house. Now, Mrs. Cheryl showed me one picture that had pretty flowers, but you know what the people did? I think they asked their mom or dad